RT.
Well, no matter how you look at it, there's a lot resting on it. Let's get more views now from British Euro MP David Campbell Bannerman. Mr Campbell Bannerman, thank you for being on RT International. Now, if what we're hearing is correct, the Eurozone leaders are cooking up this big rescue plan for, let's face it, a huge problem. But will it be the remedy to cure the illness?
Well, we're waiting a lot of the detail of this plan. As you say, it's a $2 trillion euro fund they're talking about, which is a massive amount of money. I think the whole purpose of this actually is to try and stop the contagion. If Greece does default, and everyone's now talking in terms of that actually happening, or half defaulting with this 50% cut, then they want to try and stop that hitting Spain and Italy, the larger economies, which would cause a lot more damage.
Yeah, I mean, can they breathe a bit easier, Spain and Italy, tonight, knowing that potentially this big bailout's on the way? Does it make their position any more tenable?
Well, again, we have to look at the detail of it, because if it's coming from EU countries rather than the IMF, then already the €100 billion bailout fund for Greece at the moment is hitting problems in Finland and Slovenia and Slovakia. And of course, Germany, Merkel's own party, the CDP, has been massacred in local elections, and her partners, the FDP, as well. So the political cost of this is going up and up. And it may be that it just isn't politically palatable to get such a package through. But if it's coming from the IMF, that's a different ballgame, because you're getting countries that are not in the EU, including Britain. We have 4.5% liability. But countries outside the EU could actually then assist this fund. But it's not clear at this stage exactly where the funds would come from.
Let's focus in on Greece then. So half, we think, maybe of Greece's debt could be written off as part of this plan if it goes through. How much of this is about saving French and German banks who are owed a fortune by Greece rather than actually saving Greece itself?
Well, the world is very interconnected, which is why this is all happening, and the banking sector particularly is very interconnected. As you say, I think French banks in particular are very exposed to Greek debt. I think I've seen a figure of 45% of Greek debt actually being due to French banks. So there is concern about the knock-on effects to those banks in France and elsewhere, and of course, if it hits French banks, it hits all of our banks around the world. We're very interconnected. And so, yes, there is real concern here.
David, the IMF and so many other people pulling the strings here, we hear constantly say that the way out of debt is more and more public cuts. But is that a recipe for disaster? Is it really the way forward?
Well, as I said, I think what's happening is democracy is reasserting itself. A lot of countries are saying no. You're getting real trouble in the streets of Greece. The CIA have actually prophesied now that a military government in Greece is a possibility, God forbid. There are serious political movements in Spain, amongst young people in Italy. I think the democratic price of yet more austerity is potentially too great. And that actually takes us really to the edge when it comes to the euro. It's a very serious situation. This is a move in the right direction to stabilise things, but democracy may just not have it.
David Campbell Bannerman, British Euro MP, thanks ever so much for being on the line, giving us your thoughts about this very big ongoing story tonight. Thank you. This is RT.